So, in honor of Dr. Joel Kahn, I'm going to do a dozen egg lunch mukbang with some pepper jack cheese. Ooh, pastured eggs. Mmm, free range. Alright, let's try to do this here. It's a little windy out here today, so I apologize for the wind to begin with. Some of you guys don't know, Bart K did a debunking video on Dr. Joel Kahn, and howdy, howdy, howdy. Look at this. Mmm. Bart K did a debunking video on Dr. Joel Kahn, and Dr. Joel Kahn actually went onto his Facebook page, on his private page, and was commenting on how Bart K uses inappropriate language in his videos and stuff, but yet every single video that I've seen from Dr. Joel Kahn, the vegan doctor, has been like super inappropriate, super standoffish, super condescending. But he goes on Bart K's personal page, which you don't go to people's personal pages where their family and friends and stuff are and attack them there. And that's what he went and did. He's on the page right now leaving comments and stuff. So I thought, in memory of, or not in, well, maybe I should say in memory after Bart K's done with him, but in observance of Dr. Joel Kahn's vegan propaganda and the BS articles and stuff that he writes, I decided to do a dozen egg mukbang with pepper jack cheese and Tony Chachere's bold seasoning. So good. I love the pastured eggs. They have like a little bit more yellow quality to them. This is so good. Perfect way to start my day. All this cholesterol and saturated fat, cooked in 4 tablespoons of butter. I mean, probably a full teaspoon of salt on it. That means by the time I'm done with this, I should be dead, right? According to the vegan doctors, if you eat cholesterol and saturated fats in higher amounts, you will first grow a horn out of your forehead. You will switch genders immediately, automatically paint your nails, grow some long hair, and turn into Elvira, just like I portrayed on my vegan video, and then you'll burst into flames and die. So, I'm having a great time here. I've got a couple eggs down already. Got Paige over here. I gotta tie her off because if another dog comes along, she's gonna go run and play, and she'll be playing forever. Plus, I gotta limit her walking right now. When I was cutting her nails earlier, I nicked one of the, what do you call it, the quicks, and I had to seal it back up with some of that quick stop. But she was a trooper. She didn't cry or anything. I had to cut her nails, and one of my subscribers sent me a few dollars to go get her some toys and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. That's so nice of you. So I went out and actually used that money to get her some toys today. I got her a few stuffed animals, and she tore them both up already. No, I'm not. What I did was I rented this car over there. Let me see. See that white 2019 Nissan Sentra? I rented that because I have to go look for a car tomorrow. How are you? So I have to go look for a vehicle tomorrow, and this one's only costing me, I think it's like for 7 or 8 days, it's like $190. I know it's a lot, but right now that's really all I can do until I can get out of here tomorrow and actually go look. I'm gonna go look at a few cars and then go look at that new apartment. There's a guy that was looking for a roommate on 59th Street in Chicago, and it's a brand new apartment building Only $600 a month. He works first shift. I work second shift. All the appliances, the floors, the walls, the paint, everything's brand new in the apartment. He's only been living there 2 months, and he can't afford to pay for the place by himself. So he said, I would love to have a roommate. You can bring your dog too. There's a big, no, it's here. I'm still doing it. I'm just talking in the middle of doing it instead of feeding my face. I'm doing this mukbang in observance of Dr. Joel Kahn, the smartest vegan doctor ever. Not. Oh man, look at that. Look at that yummy yolk starting to ooze out all over the place. It is. I put 12 pastured eggs in. I put 6 pastured eggs and 2 tablespoons of butter at first, and then I took another 6 pastured eggs and put them in 2 tablespoons of butter. Took pepper jack cheese and put them in between, and then slapped them on top of each other like a egg pancake sandwich. I'm trying to keep my finger from out in front of the lens. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Perfect way to start my day before work. And it's super tasty. And pasture free range eggs, I love them. I don't know what they are. It's some new brand. Some of like Myers and stuff is calling. I'll have to look at them up there. They're in like a recycled brown and like a dark brown and a light like tan box. And I forget what it is again. I know they're new. I wanted to try them. And instead of them being like $7.99 a dozen, they were on sale for like $3.99 a dozen at the health food store. So I grabbed 4 dozen of them. The most perfect balanced macro. I'm in Illinois. I live right outside of Chicago. I'm about to be moving to Chicago, hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh my God. It's so good. It's like never ending. I've got 2 more left. England in the house. What? So, did you get to see, what's his name? Sverige, the carnivore, the carnivore guy that eats the raw meat. He's doing all the vegan protests over in the UK. He just left the UK to come back to his home. I don't know where he's from actually. But he said he's never going to go back to the UK again. He says it's like the worst place ever now because they've cut out like all of people's rights and freedoms and stuff like that. The police control everything. You don't have the right to protect yourself anymore. Everything that you do is like scrutinized over there now. So like even a lot of the people that are from the UK don't even want to be in the UK no more because of how much it's changing. It's like the government's trying to control everybody. Oh, it's just so good. I'm just kind of scraping the yolk off the bottom of the plate. That's it. Super tasty. Yeah, I was hearing people that were like born and raised in the UK that were there like their whole entire life, and they're like, it's now like one of the worst places to live because you can't do anything freely anymore without some regulation blocking you or stopping you or getting in trouble for doing it. But that's what this world is coming to. people trying to push veganism, which is super unhealthy to begin with, and taking all your rights away. So people aren't going to be able to do anything anymore without getting in trouble for doing anything. You're going to have to literally live by a set of rules that you carry in your pocket everywhere you go. I don't get vegans either. I understand that it's an ideology, but if you look at the so say that I was looking at an Australian study where people actually went out and they looked at how many animals are killed farming certain acres of land, and there are more animals killed farming plants than there are anything else. Like, if you actually break it down, even if we were to eliminate all the food that gets sent to animals in general, more animals would die farming plants than there would ever be feeding cattle or feeding humans themselves. So vegans statistically, and by a percentage, kill more animals. I'm talking hares, rabbits, rats, mice, any kind of coons, possums, anything like that that will live around or near food sources like that die. Rats, reptilians, yes, deer. I've seen deer that's sucked up in front of combines and stuff. I'm a heavy equipment mechanic. I'm about to go to work right now, but I've worked on these things. I went out to the farmer's field and get to see animals that are pulled in through the belly augers of these things. What ends up happening is there's a big what they call a what do they call it? Excuse me. What did they call it? The auger that's in the front of the harvester. Here, you want this, baby? Here. The belly auger that's on the front of the harvester, I've seen animals pulled straight through them, and then me have to completely dismantle the auger that's in the front of it just to get the animals out of it so the farmer can keep harvesting. Deers that are bedded down in the fields. This one here, she's almost on a she's on a semi-raw diet. She's about to go all raw because I put her back on some dog food, and then she started getting these. She's my baby. I just took her today and got her some toys and stuff at the pet store. She got to meet some autistic adults, and it's the first time she ever met any autistic adults, and she did phenomenal. She was great with them. She just walked right up to them, loved them, let them pet her and stuff. She's just awesome. Sorry about that. My phone temporarily disconnected. I don't know why it does that sometimes now. But anyway, there's more animals killed. If you just took all the animals, if switched it on me again, if you took all the animals out of the situation completely and you only fed humans off of crops, more animals would still die via that than actually, harvesting beef and stuff like that from cattle ranchers and stuff. So I don't understand the whole thought process to the damn vegans and why they're so set on what they do. It's like the ultimate cult, but again, I messed on my shirt, baby girl. I'll get it off there when we go upstairs. Well, I'm kind of with you on that, and the reason I'm with you on that is because there is some truth to the animals that you find that are your friends. Would you eat them? So I know there's a lot of truth to that, and my buddy's Chinese, and he actually goes back to China. They eat horse and cow and dogs and everything else because it's a source of food, and I get it. It makes us feel bad, but in other countries, that's just their way of eating. Sometimes they actually farm dogs for food, just like we farm cows and stuff, and it's just their way of doing it. I mean, you can't. It's sentimental to us because we have them, solely as pets. We don't use them as food. But in other countries, that's part of their nutrition. And even though I don't like it, I can't say nothing about it. I'm just as guilty. So I prefer to live in the United States where that stuff doesn't happen. Okay, this mukbang is over. If you watch this video and you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Hit the little subscribe button. Join the party. Next week the schedule changes and we're gonna get more on point when it comes to carnivorous eating, ketogenic eating, things like that. And I won't be on nearly as much, but I will be on several times throughout the week, just not every day, multiple times a day. Unless there's something really, really, really important to share. Thank you as always for being here. In that right page. We say thank you? We say thank you? Yeah, you're a good girl. You good girl? Anyway, we're out of here. You guys have a blessed day.